he's had a really, really good day today. And he was on the verge of going out there as well. But he's beaten Tom Cousins, he's beaten Chris Mellin. You know, if you take those two blokes out of a pool tournament, you'd expect to win it. And he may just do that tonight. You mentioned in an interview with you earlier as well, he said, you know, I'd love to get a title at some point. I wonder if in the back of his mind he thought maybe it will be today.
I'd be surprised if he did, but then again, we just spoke about it then, it's about confidence, isn't it? I'm not sure Cole's ever had the genuine confidence that he's good enough to win one of these events. But I think he might do now. I think that semi-final, the way he took out the balls to win it, that was a confident finish under a lot of pressure. I never doubted that he was getting them, actually. I was out there in the arena watching it sort of live in living colour, if you like, rather than on the stream. And yeah, I just never really doubted him. He looked assertive all the way around.
Well, the one player at the moment that's left in this tournament who is at a big disadvantage is this man, Callum Singleton. He's not played out in the arena all weekend. He's been, group matches have been on the sides. His early knockouts have been on the sides. He's gone about his job very well, and obviously got through that marathon match against Shaun Story, where all 15 balls were stuck on the top of the lampshade. They might as well have been, because it's all round one pocket, I believe.
Oh yeah, I mean, the sort of talk of the venue for the last sort of hour or so, and yeah, just a remarkable sort of way to complete a quarter-final. Sore one to lose. I mean, you just have to feel for whoever loses that match, but for the winner, I mean, I wonder if you've ever been in this situation, Tony. You've been around the block a little bit in terms of tournaments. Have you ever had one of those matches that has gone on forever, and you're just desperate to get it won, and you win it? What then happens in your next match? Do you feel sort of relieved and released, or do you feel completely drained?
Drained, I'm going to say. I've had a couple of them over the years. One in particular in Wembley, and that was a late night match with Dominic Clements, who's actually been here this weekend.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is on the the old UK tour, and he just joined the tour. He's from Penzance, so he's in Cornwall like myself. We got called up to the table about 11:45 at night, and I had a match the next day at 9 a.m. and I won 7-4, and I think it was 4:45 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
That was enjoyable. I also played a 4-hour best of 3 in Sheffield once against a fella called John Clark, and I lost 2-1. That was a really enjoyable game. Yeah, you get to the stage in those sort of matches where you're losing the will to live, to be fair.
So actually, I think, you know, what you're saying is Callum Singleton should feel grateful that it wasn't 5 hours long and it was just 2 and a bit.
I mean, it's a bit. I know of ridiculous length matches that have taken place over the years that I wasn't involved in. I think some of it's like there might have been a 7-hour game. And this is the old rules where they would just, when you had to break, and you had to have 2 balls hit a cushion, and then they'd just knock them back into a triangle shape again, and everybody just refuses to pot a ball.
Yeah, not for me, that game.
It wasn't for me, and I was playing it.
So Callum misses to start off frame number 2. I feel a little bit harsh calling that a miss because it was a very, very tricky plant. But alas, it hasn't gone in the hole. Shaun would love that to stay up, I think, and it has. That yellow is a problem, and so much so that he doesn't want to entertain the finish. And that's the right choice. That's a pretty good shot from Callum. It's about all he can do, really, is just sort of ask the question. You know, he's saying to Shaun, right, okay, that's good safety. I'm going to play this lot of turn. I'm going to make you play a really, really good shot. Because you'd fancy Reds if he came to the table here. So Shaun's got to make this. Callum's putting bang under. Tough queuing, as you can see. And in it goes. That's a lovely shot. I do think, you know, when you're out there, you can really feel them, and anyone who's played on one will know. But I do think the design of the new tables makes a real difference on shots like that. You know, if you, I mean, obviously, the winners and the matches were a little bit different with the Supremes. But if you're playing on an old bar table, the metal over the corner, you'd be absolutely screwing on that shot. But you know, the fact that the way that it just lies is all completely flat, it's that little bit lower. It's a lot. There's a lot less fuss when you have to make a shot like that. It's just more about, can you pop the ball, which is sort of what it should be about, right?
Yeah, especially the middles. The middles are really painful. You know, if you ended up with you're playing a cross-shot cut, and you've got to have your hand on the rubber that was behind the middle pockets, and you can never get quite comfortable where you put in your bridge hand. But yeah, it's great. And not having that strip on the table between the cushion and the surround of the table as well, that strip was always a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, until it got taken out with this design, I just thought, why has no one thought to do that before?
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Neil Raybone said he ruined the cue with it. He said because when he used to break, he used to just put his hand down and run the cue across the metal strip.
Oh, Shaun, hang on. Whilst we're chatting there, he's out. He's off this.
Oh.
I mean, we were having a little discussion because this looked like it was over. This looks tight. Played it well.
A load of side.
Has he got around?
He has.
A great shot.
What a shot there from Shaun Sharkey, and he's going to level the match up with this.
Oh, that's a big one for sure.
That's well done by the Irishman.
We go 1-1.
Yeah, that metal strip that Neil Raybone ruined the cue with it, he said.
It's a good 8-ball from Shaun. Simple stuff. See there the representation on the shirt at Weenie's Bar. He said they'd be all tuning in there this evening, following his progress and cheering him on remotely. If you're watching, lads, very good evening to you. Your boy is one away from an ultimate pool final, and with the absolute greatest respect in the world to all three players involved here as the last three standing, they will all see it as such an unbelievable opportunity, because all players will say publicly, I don't care who I play, I just play the balls. But I'm telling you right now, they're human beings, and if they see a player opposite them in a final that they think, oh, this is an even game, it makes it go from being a right, I've got to play brilliantly, you know, it's final against a big player, they've been here before and all the rest of it. It feels like an even game, and it must just give you that extra boost to think, I can actually go and win this. The fact that it's not a Tom Cousins, a John McAllister, a Craig Waddingham in the final opposite, who's been there so many times before, and if it was one of these two or Cole going into that final against one of the so-called big hitters, they'd be massive favourites, and, you know, as much as they'd tell themselves, well, I've just got to focus on my game and all the rest of it, they'd be aware of that. But actually, right now, the three that are left in it, they will all think, this is my tournament to win. I'm the best player here, I can win this tournament.
Absolutely, and I think it's fascinating, and it's great as well. It's great to see these three guys battling it out, and Shaun would like to have that shot again.
Yeah, wouldn't he just?
But this is the other side of the coin when you're deep in a big tournament like this, and you're thinking that this could be my time. And you're going to tighten up a little bit in places and start getting a little bit twitchy here and there, because it has to be in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I suppose it can go two ways, right? You can either take inspiration from it, or it almost puts pressure on you. You know, and of course the flip side's true. You could go into a final that you're not really fancied in and go, well, I'm not fancied to win this. I can play pressure off and just play my game, and if I win it, amazing. If I don't, then I was never supposed to. It's all, it talk about it all the time. Mentality is so important in this game. So important.
I mean, let's be honest. How many pro tournaments do you think that we've had where none of, say, the top 10 have been in a semi-final?
Oh, there can't have been many. There really can't have been many.
There's always, you know,
Always
if
one.
Cousins falls over, then Mellin comes to the front. If he falls over, Waddingham's in the front. You know, Chippy, all these players, there's always somebody there.
Yeah, agreed. I think we're quite likely, I'd say, to have our lowest ranked winner of a sort of main tour event for Ultimate Pool. As I say, that's not to cast any aspersions on the lads that are here right now, because they are all in their own right fabulous players. Callum Singleton has been to a Pro Series final. Shaun Sharkey is an Irish champion. Bedford is a phenomenally gifted cubist who has been knocking on the door of taking that extra step for a little while now. And the most important thing is that they are all here on merit.
Yeah, they've all played exceptionally well.
Yeah, the reason why there's no, inverted commas, big boys left in is because they've all been beaten by, well, in part by these three.
Exactly, yes. So, Callum Singleton is now going to put himself 2-1 up in this race to 6-second semi-final.
It's really composed from Callum. If you were to pick a favourite at this stage, would it maybe be Callum Singleton, at least on resume?
Oh, on these two players, so if you're picking for the three, I'll pick Cole because he's already in
Well,
the final.
yeah. Let's not do proper odds. Let's not, you know. But yeah, it's tough. But Callum's certainly had the best track record with Ultimate Pool, but also he's probably not had a run in singles competition in the better part of 2 years. Really, nothing major.
I think it's such a tough one to call, because obviously Callum's a tremendously talented player, but I know that the determination that Shaun Sharkey possesses, you know, and the single-mindedness. You know, when he won his quarter-final, a little chap went and said, "Well done, mate," and he said, "I've not done anything yet." You know, he's fully focused on the semi-final. He wasn't like thinking, "Wow, I'm in the semis," you know, overwhelmed or anything like that. He said, "I'm off for just to chill out in the room and get ready now for the semi," and he's just gone in off the break. But he's a tremendous player, Shaun, and he's a lovely guy as well. A really nice guy. And Callum wants the yellows, so this is a tricky little shot. But as you can see, if you can pot this, get the cue ball forward, the yellow next to the black on the right hand side, it will go into the corner. And also the one on the left must go into past that other yellow into the bottom left as well.
Looks to be queuing with a real confidence, does Callum. Been impressed by what I've seen so far.
You know, I thought it'd be more drained looking after
Yeah, I think
marathon, to be
that's
honest with you.
also part of what is so impressive, I think. Yeah, agreed. I do agree. I mean, through a quarter final that lasted well over 2.5 hours.
I'll tell you what, this is where the thing, looking after yourself, this probably takes centre stage. You know, he's a young, slim bloke. He's obviously not been out in the town or anything like that. So through the weekend, he's looked after himself, and generally looks in good health. And so when fatigue kicks in, it's going to kick in first. Probably people like myself. Than it is with somebody that's, you know, that.
Well, I slightly disagree, Tony. You've got stamina far beyond any man that I've ever witnessed in my entire life, to be honest with you. But no, I take the general point. Yes, I think it is I think it is a factor. I absolutely do. Physical aids the mental and all the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I didn't want to take the avenue when I was playing. I felt I had to give them a chance.
Belting break that from Singu, goodness me.
Yeah, just look at the split, Jamo.
Yeah, what a hit that is on a cut break. Oh, bang on this. Whew. Not too often you get half the balls in the top half of the table off a cut break. That is a beautifully struck one from Callum Singleton. And both colour sets go here. He's got options on both. I think you're probably looking at reds, just because that yellow by the 8 ball feels a bit tricky. Although it does go top left, there is an option there.
Not so sure about that shot. You can get to the red that's just below the black ball, but got to be very careful with the cue ball here. And now he's knocked a red safe. So within 2 visits to the table here, or two balls potted, he's made these balls a fair bit worse. Well, he's got himself up onto his main problem ball, but he's going to have to pot that and come back down the table. I just think this is now really tough. So much so, he's not even taking it on. Yeah, that's a good shot. Well thought out there by Callum. Well, he's forced Shaun Sharkey into an error. Shaun had to come out and try and hit something. And if you just see, he's just swerved that just a little bit too much there. Caught the half ball of that yellow, and the cue ball has gone into the centre pocket, so it's ball in hand for Callum Singleton. As he left himself an angle. I think he's just got enough. Well, he's on the red into the bottom right. But it's all about getting on the last red and leaving himself an angle to get up for the black ball in the top left-hand corner. He's dropped a tiny bit short there. He wanted to just roll through a bit, leave this as a slight cut into the top left-hand corner, send the cue ball up in a straight line for the black, but I think he's the wrong side of this, just. So I'm have to screw back off the bottom cushion. And he has done, he's played that pretty well. And this for 4-1. And in goes to black, and Callum Singleton opens up a 3-frame advantage against Shaun Sharkey. All the warning lights are on. Shaun's going to have to dig deep. We know he has it in his locker. And he is a very strong-minded individual, so he's not going to throw the towel in.
Frame 6. Sharkey 3. 24 frames to 1.
Not again. Not again.
Well, unbelievably, Shaun Sharkey finds another pocket for the cue ball.
Yellow ball's in play.
And at this moment in time, the pool gods have deserted Shaun Sharkey. Only ball that looks, well, it's not, I'm not going to say it looks sticky, but the only ball that could cause any sort of hiccup is the one sat in the middle of the bottom rail, but he has plenty of chances and yellows to help get on that. The one thing Callum doesn't want to be is straight on this ball at the bottom. That's going to go too far. That's gone past the red. He's not on it. Now then, only shot now is to try and pot this yellow into the centre. And I'll tell you what, where the cue ball's going to go, how does he get past the red at the top? He can do, but he's going to have to do it quite thin. Well, this is all or nothing. And that was it. That was the red was always going to be a little bit in the way. And there could be a reprieve for Shaun Sharkey.
Well, Callum knows how big this was. You can see that little knock of the table. He knows what a chance this was. 5-1, and you've basically got 1 foot in the final. And this shot may well be the difference between 5-1 and 4-2. And if 5-1's 1 foot in the final, 4-2 is absolutely game on. Can he pull it out the fire? There's your answer. Shaun Sharkey gets a let in.
One hand. Time running.
Shaun Sharkey now needs to take his chances when he gets them. This has been a bit of a let-off. But we did see a let-off in the first semi-final.
Oh, goodness me, did we? Yeah, if you're just joining us, Cole Bedford through in the first semi-final against Big Rab Mcchullough. And Rab essentially missed, not quite match ball, but as good as. Cole came in, cleared, and then dished the decider.
Obviously both the players, Mcchullough and Singleton, both play for Northern Ireland.
It's nice from Sharkey.
Yep, very nicely done. And this will be a relief for him if he gets this finish. And he'll feel he's right back in the match. And of course he is.
It makes such a difference, 5-1-4-2. That swing
Yeah.
is so big.
What he wants now, Shaun Sharkey, is Callum Singleton not to have a great break.
And if the pool gods are sort of where they usually are, if you like, you'd sort of be pulling all your chips right now to a bookie and say Callum's breaking dry, because that's what we tend to see.
Absolutely.
But can he sort of arrest that? That sort of thing is all, of course, mumbo jumbo nonsense, but it seems to just have an effect so often. I'm trying to stay in it, trying to stay focused.
Deep breaths. But you just know what's going on in the head. I mean, because it must be the same scenario for everybody. You sat there thinking, I should be 5-1 up. I just had a great chance there. Played a bad positional shot. And now been made to pay the price. Well, he's not gone dry. So now to kick that theory into touch. Well, reds and yellows are both really good. I mean, they're completely open. But it's the first pot.
Red ball's coming, ladies.
Callum doesn't want to be distracted by the beeps, and that's why it's called his extension.
Red ball's in play.
Slaps in that red. Great pots, and they're all there. This is chance number 2 to get on the hill for Callum Singleton. So place this ready. He just wants to get the cue ball anywhere above where you rack the balls. He doesn't want to be short with this. He wants to be steering well clear of those 2 yellows on the right hand side of the table. This sort of shot, I wouldn't try and get too greedy. If it was me, just leave yourself a shot. If you can put the cue ball anywhere where he is now, really, that'll do. And he's not being greedy at all. He knows this ball is for a 5-2 lead. You can see all of it. It's just about cueing it straight.
Yeah, I love the way that he's gone about this. He's defied the gods, if you like, as Singu, and said, no, I am the one in charge here. made a mistake to go 5-1, did not make a mistake to go 5-2. Callum Singleton is one away from an ultimate pool final. A reminder, still to come this evening, we'll see the Women's British Open final. Mary Talbot is in action. She takes on Kirsty Lee Davies. Really looking forward to that. And to bring you up to speed with stuff that's going on around, we do have our British amateur winner. Huge congratulations to Leo Fernandez, who beat Darren Hope 6-4 in the final. Brilliant result for Leo. Congratulations to him. The British Open plate is at its semi-final stage. Andrew Patchett has reached the final. He's got Ronan Fay or Rob Chambers to meet him there. And the final one that we need to round up is the women's plate winner, and that's won by Barbara Taylor, who beat Dawn Wright 5-3 in the final. So just 2 more trophies to find. Shaun Sharkey makes a ball. He had to. Goodness me, he had to, and he has.
Yeah, they're still fighting Shaun Sharkey yet. The Reds look the ball. Now then, just looking at that red there, he's pointing at it because he obviously can't pot that cleanly. So does he take the risk and try and play off it now? Cushion red. That's a lovely shot there.
Red ball's in play.
Completely opened it up. Now then, Shaun. This one should be all over. Back at 5-3.
It's a tough ask for Shaun. He knows he needs to win 4 in a row. He'll be doing everything he can not to tell himself that. Just has to focus 1 frame at a time.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about the clock because
there's loads of time.
There's loads of time, yeah. So at least that's one thing he's not in the back of his mind thinking, I've got to win them at breakneck speed.
Yeah, he just needed to have a look at the clock, see how much was left, look at the scoreboard and think, right, I can do this. I just need the chances. Just give me the chances and let me show you I'm ready. Just about got enough side on there.
Just wants to run this red in and just slide down behind him, or is he going to play a riskier shot and come back up? Nope.
A lot of angle on this red. I'm not sure if he can avoid those yellows.
Yeah, I did wonder if he'd try and play it to come back up a bit and just so he was coming down the table to cut the red in, because he's guaranteed to get on the black. But I appreciate this because you could easily snooker yourself going the more complicated way. So you just got to dig the cue ball out here.
Always felt like that was sort of going to be the angle. You just sort of just put enough pace on it. It's probably going to give you a sight of the 8 ball. That was a nervy sort of shot that for me.
I'm not sure it passes a yellow into the bottom left-hand corner. I think, if you played that really, really slow into the jaw, it might. But I think you've got to go for the cut back in the other corner.
He's going bottom right, yeah.
Yep.
This is a massive shot.
So the other pocket, away from that. That is a great hit. Oh, the yellow tried to help him. I thought that was in, I must admit.
Oh, and what a result this is. This is now going to be such an interesting frame. Actually overcut the 8 ball. Callum must be thinking, not one of these again. Do you know what I've just had to get through? But I think this one is guaranteed to only be 12 minutes long. Is he going to try and advance the situation here, or do you just try and make Shaun force a foul? Yeah, pretty sure there was no intention to pot there. Yeah, a little tap of the table acknowledges that. The one cushion's blocked by the yellow by the balk line. Yeah, at least the natural line is. So Shaun's got to really find a great shot here. You can see where he's trying to judge. Loads are right. Can he find the line?
That's wide.
Yeah, a long way wide.
See, the thing is, Callum doesn't want to leave him straight, just straight up and down. He wants him playing it with side or having to come around more than one cushion.
Yeah, I wonder if you just push this yellow sort of in that half space between the yellow and the rail and just block off another sort of avenue, yeah.
Good shot, good thinking.
So it makes it even. I think there's a line though. I think there might be a line here. I think Shaun thinks there's a line. He thinks he's playing ball. It's close. It's really close. Oh, it's a fabulous hit. But he doesn't quite make it.
You know, I'd like to put Shaun on the in the middle of the bottom rail, sort of, because where the yellows are positioned.
For what it's worth, I really like the idea from Callum. I just think he's a bit short with the shot. Needed to bring the yellow further across.
Or cue ball further over.
Yeah. Yeah. The advantage Callum's got now is now that Shaun's made that hit, the 8-ball just isn't potable where it is. I don't think you can play a jaws shot along the bottom rail. I think the yellow's in the way. So it's tough here. And Shaun obviously has to not foul, because if he fouls, he's going to lose the match. If he pots the 8-ball with the yellow, it's all over. Or is there a route through?
He's going off the 2 angles.
15-second shot clock in play.
Yeah, there is room there. There is room, but I mean, that is such a risky shot to play, isn't it? And I think...
But you can't just stay and not attempt because the clock is still now running down. And
yeah,
you know, if we're here in 2 minutes and we're still doing this, I mean, we have to talk about the clock. When I said there's plenty of time, and we both did.
The issue for Shaun is that jaws shot is so incredibly risky. I'd be interested to see if he goes at this full-blooded.
That was unlucky. That was close because he just caught the second knuckle.
Yeah, he's so wary of playing that shot. He's almost playing it half-hearted. Like he's trying to trickle it along the rail. Because any other way, and he's probably going to hit the yellow and not the 8 in.
Do you know what I'd like to do? I'd have played that yellow down here, that Callum's, that's above the middle, into the black and made it so there's a gap that the yellow will go in there. Just push the black over a little bit. Okay, you wouldn't leave any stuck out, but then you would have opened up that pocket so the next time you go and he fouls, I can now pot the yellow, kick the black out and go game. With me?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Shaun's going to try and kick this 8-ball out and just take a chance, I think.
That's a very good shot. He's battling his Shaun.
Yeah, he is.
He's staying in it. He's hanging on to the coattails.
Well, he's hanging on in this match by a thread.
He is. Ooh. Just yellow first, ball in hand.
Yeah, but that 8-ball's now open.
Yeah.
So Callum, I think, almost has to go here. I'm a little surprised. I think there's enough room now on that yellow to just say, yeah, I can make this bottom left. Well, the fact he's passing balls maybe suggests that he is going to do that. But surely you'd have wanted to get perfectly on it with your hand.
Well, where he's thinking of going, right, so when we see the long shot, is you've got that yellow that's in this pretty central, near where the black spot is. He wants to be just above that so he can cut it into that corner, send a cue ball into the bottom rail, hit that yellow half ball and kick it out that way.
Or maybe now.
No.
Oh, wow.
That's why no.
Oh,
Wrong
wow.
shot. That is why no, because you're going at it you're coming in at too much of a wide angle. You've got to come straight down to kick that yellow out. If you're going that way, you're always going to push that black in.
Yeah, that's a big error from Callum Singleton. Shaun Sharkey does indeed win the frame, does indeed keep his hope alive. Our reaction sort of sums it all up, really. I do just wonder, with cue ball in hand there, the shot that Callum's tried to play, that 8 ball is always on. Would you not have been better placed just putting the cue ball by the rail, by the 8 ball where it was, and just dribble the yellow along the rail? Surely that's an easier shot than the development shot he was playing.
Well, the one he played, yeah. I don't think it was such an easy shot because you're very close to the ball that you're about to strike. But he could have put it ball in hand of where I said, come down. Because if you hit the bottom rail and come into that yellow from a steeper angle, you cannot
Almost
knock
like
the
90
black in.
degrees, basically. You need to be
Yeah,
going...
exactly, 90 degrees. There we
Yeah.
go. Thanks for the help.
But the fact that he came in it more from the left meant the cue ball had momentum going right.
Not only that, J-Bo, he's screwed across. He's now got left-hand side spinning along it. So when it hits there, it spins forward and it's going to push the black in.
Yeah. Well, Callum Singleton's got first poke in this frame. So let's get back on track. He still has just one more frame to find to win it. And the clock very much a factor now. 6 minutes left. Oh, it's a big pot. Oh, is it blocked off the middle? I think it has. Oh, another twist. Another twist.
I'm not sure you meant to go off the ball either. Yep, it's turning quite dramatic. The thing on Callum's side, obviously, is a 2-frame advantage. And
You always want to be leading. Always, always.
he's like coming round into the home straight at Cheltenham with a snapped bridle and a saddled half off the horse, and he's just hanging around his neck.
That's a great shot from Sharkey. That really is a good shot. Not many hiding places on the table now for Callum. Used his extension, he's got to go. Just tries to cover that yellow. He's a little heavy-handed, and Shaun Sharkey can go again here. This might be the opportunity to get it to 5-4, and he'd be breaking for 5-5. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. I'm a tiny bit surprised he's not used that yellow to get good on the one down the rail. That looked perfect. Is he going to do it now? Could use the yellow bottom left to get right in behind it. Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, well, no. Goes the other way around. I just fear that ball to the top left it needs getting out of the way.
No, he's done right to come down here. He'd have liked a little bit more angle than this. Good pot. If he can just roll the ball down the rail now behind the red. That's his shot. Just push this in. Get the cue ball off the rail. He'll be on the other yellow into the middle. Oh, that is a nasty leave. And that's because he hit it a little bit thin.
Extension call.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. He's worried about the red on the right rail here. The pot's not the massive problem. It's difficult, but it's not that the cue ball's an issue. He's done pretty well there. I think he might have centre of the cue ball for the yellow, which is massive if he does. Yeah, that's big. Big shot. Big pot.
They use the angle there as well. Brilliant shot from Shaun. This for 5-4. And he has time. It's in.
One away. One away. Callum Singleton also has his own version of one away. And he has for a little while. Callum should have been 5-1 up. He was 5-2 up. Shaun Sharkey's won the last two, come hell or high water. And now he's back within one. And he has the break next. 3 minutes to go. British Open semi-final. It's getting good.
Face of determination there. Just concentration. Determination. Keep going. That's all you got to do. Callum, however, is a bit more of a, I won't say panic, but you know, when you've been that far ahead and you think you've just about done the job, then it all seems to go a little bit wrong, and Shaun's making balls off the break, and just look at these.
Well, what a chance to go 5-all. But no chance is easy at this stage of a match.
Has to be reds. The red is stuck to yellow, goes in the top left-hand corner. He's going yellows. Okay.
Oh, he's missed the double.
I thought you would have took the reds, I really do.
Yeah, he had his extension. I think he just couldn't quite figure it out in the time he had. And Callum Singleton has a big opportunity to go to the final.
Yeah, he can kill the clock here.
Yeah, you look at yellows now, and I don't think they're bad. But it was just that first shot was tricky. Wasn't a nice double. And he was just rushed on it.
Yeah, game's on here as well, so just take his time, knock these yellows away. Each one taking about 12 or 13 seconds. Did not want to land there.
It's a
Scratching
reroute
ahead.
here, yeah. This is no longer a guarantee that he gets out. But can he take enough time off the clock to save Shaun Sharkey getting out? If you can't win it, don't lose it. Oh, if you can't win it, don't lose it.
You can see the yellow at the bottom of the table if he wants to play it. You can cut that in.
1 minute 20. Big shot.
That's a great shot. That really is a good shot.
What a dig under pressure. That's brilliant. That really is brilliant from Callum Singleton. He's behind the 8-ball. It shouldn't matter. He needs to use every single second here.
And he's going to.
Yeah, he has to. Don't foul. And he doesn't. Is he going to make it? No, Shaun has to wait for all the balls to stop. And he has 20 seconds to clear them. He can't, can he?
I wouldn't think so. But I've been wrong before on these sort of things. No.
It's not going to be. And Callum Singleton is through to the British Open final. Shades a very, very close match with Shaun Sharkey, who falls at the penultimate hurdle in the British Open. Callum Singleton gets himself a very well-earned snack. He has had quite the marathon in the last couple of hours.